Okay, so I want to answer Jordan Maxwell's unanswerable question. Hey, Jordan, if you happen to be watching, very love your work. Very smart guy. You may hear my or see my dogs roam around in the back here. But here was the question that the Pope and the Bishop or whatever couldn't answer when he was like 8 years old. His dad. I'll give some backstory for people who don't know, and so he knows what I'm talking about. Should he happen to come across the video? When he was like 8 years old, his dad had a torch. Imagine like a cutting torch in the garage, shed or whatever, a tool. And instead of telling him, just hey, this is dangerous or whatever, don't play with it, he wanted to show him how to use it so that he know what fire could do, and especially like one of those just that they used to do body work. They can, or took auto body in school. They can, they cut literally just cut a car in half with them. So, but he asked, he was in the Catholic Church and had a bishop come visit at a stayover, which would be a red flag for me. But anyhow, so nowadays, so he had asked if he was 8 years old, Jordan, and he asked the bishop, and they told him before this, don't anybody ask the bishop any questions. So, but he had a question, so he wanted to ask it. So he said, if what he explained to him, the cutting torch, his dad was teaching him to use it. He says, could I cut an angel if an angel were here? And it's a very, very good question. It's kind of a dark question. But I would think good angel when I hear angel. Um, and so there was a pause for a couple of minutes, and then the bishop said, no, you can't cut an angel because they're a spirit. You can't burn because you can't burn a spirit. So he said, so why am I worried about going to church and burned in hell if you can't burn a spirit? And nobody could give an answer. Well, I immediately got the answer. That's a different place than we are. We live in the third dimension. There obviously are other dimensions. There's spirit realm. Like we obviously, most of us can't see angels and demons, and you should be thankful for it. And because I have at one time seen a few things. Not always, but then the veil is thinner than ever. So what I've heard from prophets and people, or people that can see, so you may catch something like that. And I think that's what I've caught. I've caught some spirits here and there, um, like real close. Like dressed in clothes that I don't have an answer for. I've also seen a UFO. I've seen a 50-foot, and don't write me off for that. There was another human being with me, and we saw the same thing. 50-foot wide, 50 to 75-foot wide craft just hovering, probably about, let's say, I don't know, 100 yards out in front of me, and maybe 100, 200 feet off the ground. A huge light in the middle, and then 5 lights around it. Made no sound. I went to go around the house that I was, because I was like kind of parked in the middle of the road. And I went to go around the house, and it was gone for, literally like 2 seconds, and it was gone. Should have been able to, would have been above the house, but anyway, long story short. So I don't know. So that led me down a rabbit hole for years, and then had me question my faith. So like the church does need to address the alien issue, and it's just my personal belief. It's just the fault from what I've years and years of research, because that was 2016 when I was on that rabbit hole until about 2020 when I started to see the Bible come true, and I was like, "Wait, the Bible's true. It's just preachers lying, not the Bible lying," and that's what it was too. So, um, sorry, dog's moving. But so to answer the question, yeah, that's a different realm. That's a different dimension. Like people who have died and went to heaven, it's like the grass smells you never smell. You smell colors you've never seen. The senses are so much more real. But like obviously, we can't get out a telescope and see heaven, and we can't get out a borescope and see hell. That's a different. I believe hell's probably in the fourth or whatever fifth dimension. It'd be a different dimension, and there's the veil between the dimensions, just like these spacecrafts do. Spacecrafts are going in between the dimensions. So as far as we know, could be coming straight from hell. I don't know. Big question for when we die or when Jesus gets back. But we know the world is evil. We know there are people who have died and went to hell and came back. Jesus saved them and has given them a testimony. Um, but that's your answer for that question. You get different dimension, different dimension. Because obviously most of us can't see angels. We can't see things like that. So that's but it's obvious, it's real. I mean, if the mark of the beast is rolling out right now, SBDC, central bank digital currency, biometric implant currency, one world government, Statue of Liberty is the horror of Mystery Babylon. I mean, it's like, how can 2,000, 4,000, 2,000 years ago Jesus see this, and 4,000 years ago, some of the other prophecies. So um, hey, everybody's free to believe what they want. I'm going to link we got a gentleman's story who went to hell, Chicago gang member who got shot and died for a few minutes and went to hell, and the things he saw in hell, and along with the other things that the other people who have been documented that they died and they went to hell, what they saw, all jives together and with the Bible. So, and also one gentleman I saw who had died for a little while and was in hell, and he saw where the devil could, or I think God reveals to him, where the devil could show people, like, they thought, this one lady thought she was on her grandmother's farm, like underneath this willow tree by the creek, and she even had a little special pet name for her granddaughter, and she called her that. And then after, I don't know, about 5 minutes or something, they were playing by the creek. She thought she was some giant willow tree. It's a giant demon, just stretched out. And then she can see this because the guy hears her scream. And then um, he sees the house isn't there. It's just all demons. And then, her little cell, it's cells. Little cells, jail cells in hell. In the Bible, even Book of Jonah references that. Um, Bill Wees or Bill Wise, 23 Minutes in Hell. Same thing, jail cells, pits of hell. Hey, I'm not risking it. I'm going to know Jesus. And if you're worried you might have a fake conversion, I was talking about that this morning where my mother had said something that my uncle was saved. So he just prayed a prayer to accept Jesus, but that was when he was dying of a heart attack. But when I had talked to him about Jesus, he said he didn't want nothing to do with that, and that he don't talk to him about it. Don't push my beliefs on him. Does that sound safe to you? Does that sound like if you just prayed a prayer once, but yet you hate Jesus, you're standing with Palestine and other things? That sounds safe to you? No, not to me. But I'm not trying to judge anybody, but there's a lot of people who did that one. You prayed a prayer, 30-second prayer, and then you never had another relationship with Jesus Christ. That's I don't think you're going to make heaven like that. That's what the Bible says. The Bible says you have to know Him. Sorry, I'm dog's reading. That's the difference. We have relationship and not religion. If Jesus is real, He's healed me 7 times. That's the other thing. If Jesus isn't real, who healed me 7 times? Who gave me my hearing back? Deafness twice. Who who put my finger back on when I almost cut it off? It's Jesus. That's who did it. Like the stars of the universe. Lots of people have theories about this religion, that religion. Um, then you have the Big Bang Theory, which is a joke. They had a tennis ball laying around. They think the whole universe came out of just a tennis ball, that the matter was. But now they're claiming string theory, multiple thousands of infinite universes. Every time you think a thought, there's a universe created or something. God created the universe. I'm not talking about the eclipse. The other things going on in the stars, the sky, part of the stars will fall one day. I believe it's going to be a third of the stars because I think the war in heaven is still going on, and a third of the stars haven't fell yet. Maybe, unless that's already happened, and maybe we had a third more stars than we have now. There are, I don't know. So we'll find out. But the Bible does say that all the stars, a lot of the stars will fall. It talks about in Isaiah and Revelation. And I think it's in Isaiah when God talks about he's going to take the earth out of its orbit, shake the earth mightily. So I think you are going to see pole shifts and things like that, and huge earthquakes and rips in the earth. God's going to wake up. That's what the shaking is. Like, wake up, quit worshiping Satan, and wake up. And that's the other thing about the kingdom. I finally just got a glimpse of what that's about the other day, because I always questioned that when Jesus come back and said, "No, the king, tell them the kingdom of heaven is at hand. It's here already." But there are two separate kingdoms on earth. From basically from the time you're born, you're indoctrinated into Satan's kingdom. He trains you from the time, like David Icke does this good. He's a conspiracy guy. Will differ spiritually. He believes that reptile people, I would just call that fallen angels or demons. I mean, we're made in God's image. Some of the angels are made that look like animals and stuff. So how do we know just fallen angels could just be? And that's one other thing. People have been to hell, seen lizard people. So you've seen lizards. The demons look like lizards. So, so and the snake, the snake, Satan, and a lot of people worship it. But really, just wanted to answer that question that nobody else could seem to answer. It was pretty obvious to me as soon as I heard it. And that's a different realm. And yeah, I couldn't burn an angel with fire here, just like the fires of hell couldn't touch me here while I'm alive, because I'm in a different realm or reality than that. Now, should I die and go to hell, hope not, then those flames would be real. But that was never created for man. It was created for the evil one and the fallen angels who were dumb enough to follow him, and their demon children. That's what hell was created for. Anyone who truly does love Jesus and has a relationship with him will go to heaven. And it's just that simple. You just have to have a relationship with him and get to know him, because he is alive. And you can talk to him. And he can talk to you. And so my sheep hear my voice. So it may take some training, and it may take some filtering, because some spirits will come in and try to tell you stuff and tell you they're Jesus. Sometimes I'll be reading the Bible or something. Someone told me one time, go read Peter 28-24. I was like, there ain't no sure. I looked it up just to be sure. Hey, you're close. There's Peter's 4-5 chapters or something like that. So anyway, yeah, your soul, eternity, man. This is men and women. This is eternity and your souls. This is not one to get wrong. Pray to God. Pray to God for that. Maybe my 30-day challenge. Pray to God for 30 days. God in heaven, Jesus who died on the cross for my sins. If you're real, reveal yourself to me. You do that for 30 days, I guarantee you'll get revelation before the 30 days are up. In Jesus' name. But everybody have a great day. It's nice. I gotta get out and cut the grass and do some chores. Have a great